The governor introduced his more than $55 billion two-year budget proposal, highlighting more funding for education, housing, and healthcare, but also opening up this session to a big debate over the fiscal guardrails.
Our proposed budget is our best effort to stay true to our Connecticut values.
The two-year plan spends nearly $27 billion next fiscal year, with just over $28 billion the second, all as pandemic-era federal dollars are now gone. Hardest hit by that new gap, education. Lamont's proposal includes a $54 million increase in state aid for special ed, with a $300 million investment toward future universal pre-K. Higher ed is getting more dollars from state grants, but college and university students say with fewer federal funds, it'll still feel like a budget cut.
UConn students are going to be important and they need to be considered. We are your constituents. Really, every resource that serves students on campus feels a pinch when we enroll more and don't get more funding.
Other groups let down: nonprofits, which say without federal funding or any meaningful increase in already slowed state money, they're looking at a $19 million cut. Hospitals aren't happy either. The Connecticut Hospital Association calls this budget devastating. Lamont did propose lowering prescription drug costs by limiting price increases for generic drugs to the annual rate of inflation and using money to shop outside the domestic market.
And our budget includes funding to import pharmaceuticals from Canada at less cost, unless tariffs kill that option.
That call out of the current administration was not the only time Lamont shared criticism of D.C. in his budget address.
Every day we get another curveball from Washington.
Beyond issues over Capitol Hill cash flow, there's disagreement on a state level over those fiscal guardrails.
Playing fiscal gimmicks, creating slush funds, no relief. No relief on energy, no relief on taxes.
Governor Lamont proposed very modest tax cuts, mostly tweaking thresholds for a small state tax credit toward your local property taxes. This compared to a much larger cut last budget process in 2023. But with much still up in the air, some say the governor's proposal is a good starting point.
We don't know to the extent of the federal tsunami that we are facing. But what the governor has said as a snapshot in time is a reasonable beginning.
And this is obviously just the start of the budget process here. Now the legislature is tasked with creating their possible proposal and hopefully passing a budget by the end of session in June. At the state capitol, Emma Wolforst, Fox 61.